Coach, can you just, as usual, start with an update on your possible lineup tonight?
Well, there's going to be too many warm-up decisions, so different possibilities. Kelly in, White in. I can tell you Wingles is out, so that's one I can tell you. Zingel's back in, and we might be going 7 or defenseman, or we might be going 6.
Still a strong possibility of 7D and 11 forwards?
I'd say right now it's 50-50.
50-50. Cody Cece's good to go. Are the bodies that weren't out there?
Yeah.
Eric, Cece,
Yeah.
Broussard?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is your message any different today approaching an elimination game? Any different from what it might be prior to any other?
You can see it as an elimination game, or you can see it as an opportunity. And we know what we choose.
Coach, when you look around the playoffs, just wait for Mike. Boucher. Sorry, Coach. When you look around the playoffs, not maybe what you guys have done or maybe elsewhere, has anything surprised you about these playoffs?
No, because I think with the parity in the league right now and the quality of hockey and there's really good coaches out there. Teams are well coached. Players are faster than ever. So whether it's a older or younger team, it's a new coming team, or it's a team that's got a lot of experience. I think we've seen that any team can win, and it's been very exciting playoffs, I think, for everybody. And I think I'm not surprised because I'm expecting surprises in every playoffs. So that's why I'm not surprised at anything. I think it's just been playoffs where a lot of speed and a lot of teams are battling hard. And one game you think one team is taking over, and then the game after that is the opposite, and just back and forth. And I think that it goes back to what I always said. There's no momentum in going from game to game, and that's what's great about it. Just every day is a new day. And every day is something great can happen for either team.
Can you tell us a bit about the thought process that could lead you to maybe throw Colin White out there at this point?
Oh, you know what? We've had him in mind for a long time. It's just we felt that some other guys that have been with us all year, more experience and more used to what we're doing, were more apt to help us at that moment. And the last few games, because of our center situation right now. He's been a consideration, and he still is for today. He's a guy who's he's a really smart player. He's got speed, lots of speed. A guy that drives the net, and is very reliable on both sides of the ice. And that's why we're considering him. If he wasn't that good, there would be no consideration, especially for, it's different if you got a guy in the American League that's been with you all year, up and down, has seen everything you're doing, all the meetings, and but when it's a guy that's coming, just got a bit of time with us in the American League and a bit of time with us in some games at the NHL level, you got to look at that, and you don't want to expose him either to something he can't handle. But we just feel right now that he's been around the teams, has been part of the meetings, and I think right now he's a possibility because we need it.
You've been in this exact position before with Tampa in 2011. You were at home for a Game 6, trailing 3-2 in the conference final. What do you remember about that game, and is that something you can, just from a coaching standpoint, lean on your experience with what you did with that group?
Well, it goes back to, I think, what I said. It's, I think there's two types of people. People that see difficulties and opportunities, and people see opportunities and difficulties. And I think we're in that position right now where it's a great day for our group to show what we got in front of our fans. And I think our fans have seen what this team has done all year through adversity, and how many times we've bounced back, and how many times the guys have showed not just their individual character, but I think the team character. And that's why I'm looking forward to this game.
As this series has progressed, what tactically have you seen Pittsburgh do to kind of generate more offense?
Well, one thing is for sure is that we've given them a lot more space. I think we're through with the run and gun thing. We know that. We've tried that last game, and we got killed like we expected. We talked about that before the series. If we want to play head-to-head against them with their strengths, there is no game. and we just got to be ourselves. We just got to make sure that we stay with what made us successful. And the minute we get away from that, there's no game. So if there's a game when we're at our best doing what we do with our identity, and that's making sure that we're not giving their players the space they need to do what they do best, because I think we've done that the last game. We've chased the game from the first minute, and we got to be smart. I mean, it's when we're first on puck, we're first on puck. When we're on them, and when we're not on them, we got to have enough numbers to make sure we don't give them freebies and give them the puck. I think we've turned the puck 3 times over in that first period, and that gave them 3 goals. And there were 3 turnovers that were blind plays that we can't allow ourselves to do. So we beat ourselves at the same time as they were great. So, I mean, that's a recipe for a catastrophe, and that's what it was. So we have to reload from that, and instead of reinventing the wheel, we just got to stick to our strengths.
Guy, given your view on the opportunity, do you do anything different tonight in terms of what you say to the players, the way you present the message, or is that just movie type stuff?
Yeah, you know what? The thing is for us is whether it's this game or previous games or any pressure games that we've had, if you start putting all your emotions in there, and that's where you get out of whack, and that's not the way to approach it. As a younger coach, I've been guilty of that, and that's where you lose your smarts, and you might be good for 10 minutes, but then you're done for the rest of the game. And I think you want emotion under control, but you want emotion, of course. You need some in every game. It's the NHL, it's the playoffs, but it's got to be under control, and it's got to be within how we're supposed to play. And the approach is, I'm not going to say what I'm saying to the players, obviously, and what kind of specifics we're looking at, but we've won our games and our pressure games because we stayed steady, we stayed patient with the result, aggressive in our actions, but patient and poised with the result, and we don't want to change that.
Guy, in the last couple of games, when you guys have had the puck, what have they done to limit Erik Karlsson and what he's able to do, or is he limited?
You know what? I don't think it's just Erik. I think they've been getting their looks because there was a lot of space out there. And a lot of the turnovers that we gave them, that's us. We got to clean that up. I mean, we weren't doing that, in the first part of the series. And it was tougher for the opponent, just like it was the previous series against the Rangers. Whenever we started to make these blind backhand passes to nobody and giving them the puck back in our zone, you're asking for what we got. And so whether it's Erik or anybody else, our main problems have come from us not managing the puck well on our breakouts, not because we don't have the puck. We have it, but we are giving it back to them, and you can't do that with those types of players. So at least if we clean that up, well, they don't get the freebies and the free looks, and it makes it harder, and they got to manufacture something, and at least it gives us a chance. And so we got to clean that up for sure, and that's one reason why they've been getting a lot of the looks. On the other hand, we've been losing a lot of guys, forechecking 3 and 4 guys, and trying to get that goal right now. And whether it's because we got that game where we scored 4 goals right away and it stayed too much with us, and we're trying to reproduce that, it's not very smart. And regardless of what the score is going to be tonight, one thing is for sure: we can't beat ourselves, and we got to stick to managing the puck well and making sure that we're not losing 3 and 4 guys on either our forecheck or offensive zone, because then of course those great players on the other side get what they want.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
The first guy you asked. You just want to confirm those changes in English.
Oh, Burrows is out and Burrows out. Yeah, they're not going to be in. Burrows is out and Burrow. Or Burrow and Burrows. How's that?